Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Screwball Toy Hunts back here with another Star Wars Black Series review. And today we are taking a look at the Walmart exclusive Clone Commander Jesse. So before we get into that, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Can we get a minimum of 100 likes on today's video? As that's the best way you can help me grow this channel is by hitting that like button. And speaking of growing the channel, we are doing a giveaway. So at 3,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away a Marvel Legend of your choosing. All you got to do is be subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content on the channel, which there's plenty of. And last but not least, leave a comment on your favorite memory of all time with a Marvel Legends figure, and we will pick the winner once we hit 3,000 subscribers. So there is that. So, and also I'd like to thank you so much for the support on yesterday's video. So if you did miss yesterday's video, it's actually a pretty good one. We discussed why the HasLab Giant Man is not going to get funded. And I talk about the reasons why and what's happening and what could have prevented it and everything like that. So go check that one out if you missed it after this video is over. But tomorrow, little fun fact, hopefully, I said this for like the last week now, but hopefully my Mindless Ones Wave Marvel Legends Power Man should be in tomorrow. It should be in tomorrow. So for Wednesday's video, we should be doing a Power Man review. Now, if that actually happens, I don't know. I'm recording this video Monday night. It's supposed to come Tuesday morning-ish, afternoon, so I'm not entirely sure. But let's get into it. So if you guys have watched the Toy Hunts, I posted a video maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I picked this up. So it's funny because right now, you could find these in Walmart right now. There are shippers on the end caps. I found one luckily at my Walmart. Don't know how I got so lucky into finding one of these. But they had the Bad Batch Season 2 wave. And then they had Clone Commander Jesse and Fives. I believe his name's Fives. I think, anyways. I don't know. But I got Clone Commander Jesse from Star Wars The Clone Wars. Of course, the best Star Wars show of all time. No doubt about it. If you guys, obviously have not seen the show, you probably should. So let's see here. We have the windowless packaging, which is the last Star Wars wave. You're going to see that. New Star Wars figures, which I just saw this past weekend, are actually starting to get the new wave or the new plastic packaging wave in, so that's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. Here we have a close-up of the figure, of course, and it actually shows height dimensions, which is something I never even noticed about Star Wars. And on the side here, we have a nice little side image here of Clone Commander Jesse himself, and the read-up, which, again, I wish Marvel Legends would bring these back. I do not know why they don't have these no more, but let's do the read-up on Clone Commander Jesse. So, Hard Fighter Patriot Jesse proudly wears the cog-shaped symbol of the Galactic Republic on his helmet, but after the execution of Order 66, Jesse displays blind loyalty to the Emperor. So this, I believe, is based off of Season 7 of the Clone Wars. I firmly do believe. I think this is actually from this particular figure. I could be wrong. I do believe this figure is based on the last episode ever of the Clone Wars. Well, for now. Maybe they'll pick it up again. I don't know, but there's really no room to do that. But let's get it open, man. No point of keeping it sealed. Let's get it open. Like I said, pick this up at Walmart. This is a Walmart exclusive at the end of the day. This is $30, by the way. So these Legends, or these Black Series, it's actually giving me a struggle to open here. These Black Series are $30. So let's see here. Get him out. It's taking forever, man. All right. So here's what he looks like in the window, and kind of got scared there for a minute because, like, I looked up and it looked like it was a repack. Kind of got scared there for a minute. Fun fact that has never happened to me yet. I never got a repacked figure yet, and looks like that's not going to happen. So let's see here. So we have little parchment paper thing here, just like how Marvel Legends do. Don't know what this is. It's like kind of like a hard parchment paper. What is in here? It's probably hands, right? No, I think they're blasters. They're blasters. Okay, that's what they are. All right. So then, okay, and then this is all taped up, man. These are much packaged better than any Marvel Legend you could ever imagine. Man, they tape these and everything, man. They don't want you stealing these, man. Wish Marvel would have did the same, but they didn't. I don't know why. They should have. And then out of the package, here he is, out of his cocoon, as I like to call these the cocoon. There he goes. All right, so finally out of the package. All right, let's give him a look. So the first thing I always do, and I am so happy. I am so happy plasticless packaging is coming back, or is gone, I should say, because I cannot stand when figures come out of the package like this. That ruins the figure. You know, a lot of people don't think that, but when that happens, like I've seen plenty of times with other Marvel Legends and well, very few Star Wars. I don't really buy too many Star Wars no more, but yeah. So the first thing I always do is the stand test. Does he stand? And yes, he stands, no problem. So that's always the first test I always like to do here on the channel is can he stand on his own? Because some figures you get in the Marvel line particularly, they do not like to stand. I don't know why. But so let's go over his accessories first, which are two plain Jane blasters. We've seen these plenty of times. They're the exact same blaster, same exact mold. That gunmetal black-ish paint. So yeah, so these are, we've seen these plenty of times. We've seen these reused over and over and over again, so there's really nothing there. So let's get into it, man. And the first thing I noticed with my figure is this arm right here is very, like, doesn't want to move. There we go. I finally got it. All right, so something was keeping it from probably that elbow pad right there. So, all right, so initial review of the figure, initial reaction of the figure is and this elbow's giving me some trouble too. All right, here we go. I like this figure, man. First reaction is I like this figure. And of course we will take the helmet off because Star Wars, you can do that and it's really cool. So yeah, so let's start. I guess we will go with helmet off first and then we will go with helmet on. So, all right, so let's look at the review here, or the figure, I should say. So he has a Galactic Empire or Republic tattoo on his face. This is pretty much the same Clone Trooper face you've all known and grown to love. I mean, every Clone Trooper looks the same, pretty much, except with some minor differences. Of course, he has the Republic, I believe that is the Republic tattoo on his face right there. Bald head, you know, literally the same figure or the same head you would see with any Clone Trooper that you would buy. And then I guess we could put his helmet on. So his helmet slides right on, no problem. And there you go. So, and then I also like how the antenna goes up and down. I love that, man. They really do pay very close attention to detail with Star Wars figures, which I do appreciate. So let's go over what we got here. So like I said, we have this nice Clone Trooper helmet, which I really love. You got the Republic logo right there. You have like a Phase 1 Clone Trooper-esque helmet with blue, black, and white on. I really love the blue, black, and white. And you have two silver buttons right there for, I guess, breathing reasons. I think that's why they're there. I'm not entirely sure. It's been forever since I watched the show, and I think they did specify it in one episode. But then we go on the back here. We have just a random white dot. I'm not entirely sure what that's there for. And then, like I said, they have a white fin on the top, goes back, and then he has this silver antenna which you can move down, around, pretty much do a 360 essentially. Pretty much, I mean. The shoulder will stop you from doing that, but if you want to do that to like aim up a target, that's what that's used for. But most likely you're just going to leave it like that. So let's look at the arms now. I will say the movement in the arms is very limited. Very, very, very limited because you have two shoulder pads. So there's a shoulder pad right here that is loose. And then you have this upper like shoulder pad, like essentially looks like what a linebacker would wear in football, essentially. So yeah, so the movement on the arms is not really there. You can get it a little bit, but not much. He has elbow movement with a shoulder or a elbow pad on each side. So he has an elbow pad that disconnects pretty easily on each side. A blue stripe going down the side here. Looks like hand painted. You could tell looks like it's hand painted, which I always love those details. And then the gauntlet. You got like a rocket launcher on the gauntlet. You have some like control panels, silver, just plain Jane on the bottom there. The gloves on each side have a gray with a blue stripe on each side, and on this side there is no control panels. They're different. The elbow or the wrist guards are different. This one has a different panel on it than this one, so that's pretty cool. Chest piece, a gunmetal silver with a blue stripe, and then a little blue square right there. That's pretty neat. And then down to the sides here, we have two gun holsters, one to his left, one to his right. We have a satchel on each side as well. And then on the belt, you got some controls. I'm not entirely sure what he's got going on there. On the back, he has a backpack, which, again, used for, countless things you could think of in Star Wars. Just so many things you could put in that backpack. You got, what else you got? You have two straps that crisscross on the back here. Then you got like this skirt sort of looking thing that's made of plastic. On each side, and then on the thighs and the legs, you have plain white thighs, pretty much standard stormtrooper looking gear. You have elbow or knee pads that have a zigzag, white zigzag on each, and then on the shin guards, you got a blue shin guard, and then the back, just these nice little rivets. You could probably see there with the light. It's pretty cool. And then on the boots, you got a gunmetal silver strap on each side. So let's go over movement before we get out of here and wrap this video up. So left to right, and I guess we could do this with the helmet off too. Left to right, up, down. Not too much movement up and down. You can look up and not down a lot because that elbow or that chest piece gets in the way. Then with the helmet on, let's see how much he can move around. Pretty much full 360 movement. Down. You can look up quite a bit, actually. It's kind of funny. He can look up quite a bit with the helmet on, but without the helmet off, he can't do it. Like I said earlier in the video, the movement on the shoulders is very, very limited because of this piece on each side. And then you got the elbow, you got the wrist on each side. And then down here, I mean, you kind of do the splits. You kind of can, but I mean, it's not really there. I mean, you're not going to do splits with Star Wars figures anyways. These plastic skirts, whatever they are, I don't even know what they're even supposed to be. That interferes with it, but either way, I mean, it's fine. And then you got that. You got a what's it called? A chest cut, an ab crunch is what we'll call it. And then you have each side. You got a shin movement. You got a thigh cut. Knee, and then very little. I mean, you got some foot movement, but not much. So overall, I like this figure, man. Overall, this figure I do feel is pretty nice. I mean, for $30, I mean, it should feel nice for $30. Like I said, these Black Series exclusives, even at Target, are like $30 a piece, which, again, I mean, depending on who you ask, some people are all for it, some people are against it. I'm all for cheaper action figures, but, I mean, hey, man, you got the Disney tax is what people like to call it. You got the Spider-Man tax, and you got the Disney tax, and this is the Disney tax. So all Star Wars exclusives, like, pretty much are all $30, so it really doesn't matter. But overall, I do like this figure, man. I do. I don't buy too many Star Wars figures. Admittedly, I don't. But what I do, I buy a lot of Clone Wars stuff. The Clone Wars stuff, I am all for. Like I said, by far my favorite show. Of course, as you guys are well aware, they're trying to pretty much revive the Clone Wars, except in live action, pretty much with the Ahsoka show, and Rebels too, for that matter. But they're trying to resurrect, anything Clone Wars, which I am always for, because Clone Wars, by far the best Star Wars production of all time. So that is pretty much it. I'm going to give this figure, in terms of a rating, I'll give it an 8.7. I do think this figure is good. I have a lot of clone troopers. I like the army build. This is definitely going in the army build collection. I have a bunch of these. Not him particularly, but I have a bunch of different clones and different types of clones and all these different commanders, Captain Rex, you name it. I got them all, man. So I'll go right there with them, and look pretty nice on the shelf right next there with them. So guys, with that being said, let me know what you think of Clone Commander Jesse, and I'll see you guys in the next video.